Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity to deliver a ministerial statement in my capacity as the Minister for Lands and Mineral Resources. Madam Speaker, the Ministry, through the Department of Lands and Department of Mineral Resources, will remain steadfast and to continue to deliver the best of our services as mandated. Madam Speaker, before I proceed further, I'd like to respond to a couple of issues that were raised by the other side of the House in an earlier parliamentary session before this one had started regarding the lack of surveyors. Madam Speaker, surveying is one of our core professions, and I'd like to report that of our core professions, I'd like to report that 3 new surveyors have now also been registered since and added to the list of registered surveyors as per the Gazette, Fiji Gazette of the 19th January 2018. This has brought the total number of registered surveyors in Fiji to 41. And I also confirmed to this noble House that the Ministry continues to push for more registration of surveyors this year and in years to come. The survey division within the Ministry, Madam Speaker, continues or carries out surveys on state lands for the purpose of issuance of a registered lease and land title. This includes the upgrading of the national geodetic framework, the development of state land, survey of mahogany plantations, survey of government stations on Itoke land, and the maintenance of existing subdivisions on state land. Some of the work conducted recently through the survey division includes surveyed works at Walu Bay, Navakai Treatment Plant, and the Nangali and Lambasa depots, to name a few. Madam Speaker, the upgrading of Fiji's geodetic datum project is also progressing well, whereby 2 of the 8 continuous operating reference stations known as cores have been completed, namely Lambasa and Nambualu. The cores is a base station, Madam Speaker, consisting of a global navigational satellite system that gives an instant, precise position and is used in many industries, including navigation in the air, on land, and the sea. And it's also with respect to precision agriculture, construction, mining, surveying, and also used in scientific research. So it is a critical component. The team responsible has moved to other areas in Fiji, and after the completion of this particular project, we will have an internationally recognized datum enhancing rapidly growing use and exchange of high resolution and accurate geospatial information and a precise, comprehensive geodetic framework, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, also in the last parliamentary session, Honourable Dulaki Brata had made some mention regarding unimproved capital value method of assessing land rental and about how it had outlived its usefulness and purpose. And the basis of assessing our land rent needed to be reviewed. Realistically, Madam Speaker, the legislations that govern the assessment of land rental on state land were made during colonial times, and the decision to adopt the UCV was considered appropriate in view of the economic situation at the time. Madam Speaker, in its simplest form, the UCV method of land rentals assessment determined land rental on the value of the land. This excludes all the improvements made thereon. And for the honourable members' information, the UCV value method of land rental assessment has not outlived its usefulness and purpose, as the legislation governing it is still very much intact and actually quite legally sound. There are other bases of land rental assessments, such as capital value and market rental. Capital value assesses land rental on the improved value of the land, whilst the market rental assesses land rental on an open negotiated market. All of these methods, Madam Speaker, have their own merits and demerits. Madam Speaker, land rental on any land is the amount of money that the lessee pays for occupying these lands, and our role is to ensure that the land rental assessed on state lands are fair and affordable by our lessees, whether it is assessed on UCV or any other basis. Government plays a crucial role in this, Madam Speaker, in balancing the needs for better services, the need for better services to the people, and ensuring that the monetary return to government also is fair. We are never in the business, as government, of making money, Madam Speaker. The Valuation Division of the Ministry continues to carry out all valuation needs of the government, headed by the Chief Valuer. The division also undertakes all land acquisition projects for all public purposes, carries out rating valuation for local municipalities, assesses and reassesses ground rental for all state leases, and manages 556 active state leases on Itoke land. In addition, Madam Speaker, the division also provides valuation advice to government statutory organizations such as Fiji Road Authority and Water Authority of Fiji on their projects such as the Stinson Bridge, the Batawanga Bridge, the Rakiraki Bridge, Nausori Airport, and the Nandi and Suva road upgrading projects. The division works in collaboration, Madam Speaker, with other government agencies through acquiring properties that are required for projects, and in turn processes the payment of compensation to affected landowners. It is important to mention, Madam Speaker, that the Ministry, through its valuation division, on the 27th of February 2018, has paid a total of $1,934,638.06 to all the 13 municipal councils at government rates. Now, Madam Speaker, before I enter into the Land Bank Division in detail, I'd like to enlighten also Honourable Dulaki Baraka on an issue raised earlier in the parliamentary session in September regarding landowners' consultation. Honourable Member, I'm not sure if you know this, but I think you should. We do have a dedicated public relations team whose primary role is to conduct landowners' consultation and awareness throughout the duration of a particular financial year. From August to the month of February, the unit has conducted 17 landowner awareness consultations, 23 landowners revisitations, and 5 roadshows. The consultation is an integral component of the land use division operations, and the welfare of the resource owners is always and always will be a priority. Aligned to the objectives of the Land Use Act, the Land Use Division, Madam Speaker, has derived a total amount of $8,535,046.68 as lease proceeds for the landowners to date. This amount is expected to increase before the end of the financial year, Madam Speaker. Another achievement, a phenomenal achievement executed by the division for this financial year is the survey of 1,415 acres of customary land, covering 5 parcels, Madam Speaker, in the Central Division and 5 in the Western Division. This accomplishment will benefit the landowners and the investors economically in terms of sustainable development. The market valuation of our designated Itoke land with ongoing assessment of prevailing market rates is a progressive component of the division's operation, and this is a proactive measure adopted to ensure predetermined market rates for designated properties are made available to both the landowners and potential investors as and when required. The division was able to execute a total of 51 predetermined market rates and 14 valuation lease offers for this financial year. Madam Speaker, a critical requirement with regards to any rental agreement is to have a thorough understanding of all the clauses within these lease conditions. I made a mention, Madam Speaker, in May 2017 of the number of leases that had been renewed as 874. But as of December 2017, the number has increased to 1,480. The Ministry will continue, Madam Speaker, to pursue the renewal of all expired leases in this financial year. Madam Speaker, furthermore, the stance of the Ministry on the National Development Plan has instigated the Ministry to strengthen its environmental division through the reviewing of its systems and processes. We have engaged 4 dedicated natural resource project officers to monitor extraction activities. And these officers, Madam Speaker, are responsible in carrying out routine monitoring of river gravel and sand extraction, mangrove removals, and the illegal, unregulated foreshore reclamation. Ultimately, this will address the issues of extraction and mitigate environmental practices. From August 2017, Madam Speaker, to January 2018, a total of 71 river, sand, and gravel extraction inspections have been conducted. In addition, the Ministry has facilitated, through the Neglected Development Minerals Program, multiple trainings and awareness sessions with relevant stakeholders, and the strategy intends to diversify the local economy and support ancillary services such as engineering, mechanical and construction businesses within the legal framework. The program realizes our pursuit of being socially and environmentally responsible, Madam Speaker, and economically vibrant, and ultimately benefiting the local communities. Also, Madam Speaker, it is important to mention in this august House that with the vision of empowering the landowners, the Ministry is also educating them through awareness workshops to develop themselves further by being license holders. Two of the workshops have been conducted, one in the Central Eastern and one in the North, inviting resource owners to participate. This is Madam Speaker, this is a very important message that I'd like to deliver to the other side of this House, and of course, Madam Speaker, to the general public. The Department of Mineral Resources is responsible for developing groundwater resources, and this is one of its core roles, providing groundwater resources for human consumption to alleviate water problems through properly conducted hydrogeological investigation and assessment is this government's priority. This includes, Madam Speaker, the identification of potential drilling sites and the development of boreholes and reticulation to ensure that safe and clean drinking water supply benefits our rural communities. This, Madam Speaker, is a fact that has been overlooked by all previous governments, Madam Speaker. The lack of access to clean, fresh water is considered to be one of the major threats to human life, and water, Madam Speaker, is life, and clean water means health, the essence of life, and it is a birthright for everyone. And this will become available to all people in Fiji under this government, Madam Speaker. Clean water is not an expenditure of state funds. Clean water is actually an investment into the country's future, Madam Speaker. For the past 6 months alone, Madam Speaker, a total of 148 families with a total population of 822 have benefited from the commissioning of 8 boreholes in the villages of Vatani in Kamba Peninsula, Tailevu, 4 villages in Kumbalau, Bua, named Navatu, Nasaisai-Bua, and Waisa and Natokolau, including the Navasur government station. In addition, Madam Speaker, Yavuna village in Nandi town and Thai district school, which has a total school roll of 131 students, 5 staff quarters, Madam Speaker, those ones were done too. Madam Speaker, just as an example, Yavuna village is actually in quite close proximity to Nandi town. However, once again, all previous governments forgot about them, but we haven't. This government has not. For the Navatu project, Madam Speaker, we laid about 910 meters of pipe under the sea. And for the Yavuna project, we reticulated about 70 meters of pipe across and over the Mosi River in our efforts to provide clean and safe water to communities in geographically challenged locations who had never had access to a sustainable water source. Madam Speaker, at this juncture also, the Mineral Resource Department, actually, I must say, worked day and night to ensure this was done in a timely fashion, and I commend them. In addition, reticulation work has been completed and ready for commissioning 7 other boreholes, which will benefit a total of about 115 households in the villages of Nakanadangi and Maduwata, Nagasawua village in Undu Point, Gwali settlement and Naraka village in Nandronga, including Ratu Latianara School in Serwa, Rukuruku Primary School, Sayoni AOG in Nandronga, which has a total number of 991 students and 27 staff quarters. An additional 4 boreholes, Madam Speaker, in Dikombia Island in Lau, in Gerlevu and Nakavika in Ba, and Gotolaila in Serua have been successfully drilled, and further reticulation work is to be conducted shortly. The groundwater development, Madam Speaker, is actually nationwide focused and runs complementary to the Water Authority of Fiji. The Ministry has also recently purchased supporting drilling equipment to help improve groundwater service delivery, and further a team of the Ministry conducted product verification to purchase replacement groundwater drill rigs this is due to the high demand. And once the drill rigs are purchased, it will improve the service delivery of providing safe, clean and sustainable groundwater, especially to the rural areas and its surrounding communities. Madam Speaker, for the next 5 months, the Ministry looks to carry out more groundwater development, and I'll name the areas as such: Avia in Vanuambalavu, Benai in Ba, Lomawai in Nandronga, Nanuko Wailevu in Ra, Tokyo in Ra, Naveve Wali in Wainambuka, Naindi in Sabsavu, Koroivonu, Budayabu, Karoko, Napuka Catholic School, Winisavisavi, Volivoli Primary School, Patukaroa, Matailombao, Naita City, one in Lomaivuna, Naita City, and actually 2 others in Lomaivuna, Naita City. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Lands is always looking at itself introspectively in terms of its service delivery, and we are continuously improving our processes whilst at the same time advancing our national framework in terms of technology and human resource to meet the demands of today. I thank you, Madam Speaker.